Presented by Listen Headlines, latest world news from trusted sources. Updating daily at 6 a.m. New York. New York Times World News.
April 17th. 5:16 America New York. Battles for control of Sudan stretch into a third day. Nearly 100 people were killed over the weekend in fighting between the army and paramilitary forces as the country's two top generals vied for dominance.
Wall Street Journal World News. April 17th. 5:15 America New York. ChatGPT and advanced AI face new regulatory push in Europe. European Union lawmakers want to give regulators new powers to govern the development of technologies like those behind ChatGPT, the biggest push so far in the West to curb one of the hottest areas in artificial intelligence. Wall Street Journal World News.
April 17th. 5:06 America New York. Angry Birds maker to be bought by Sega. Sega Sammy agreed to pay almost $800 million for Rovio, a deal that would end the independence of one of the pioneers of the mobile gaming industry. Mirror World News.
April 17th. 5:01 America New York. Brit who survived two poisonings jailed for 25 years for criticizing Vladimir Putin. Vladimir Kara-Murza, a dual British-Russian citizen who has survived two attempted poisonings which he blamed on the Kremlin, was charged with treason for making a speech to the Arizona House of Representatives in which he denounced the war in Ukraine.
New York Times World News.
April 17th. 5 o'clock America New York. Peering into volcanoes at Tanzania's crater highlands. Uninterested in the extreme altitudes of Kilimanjaro, a writer opted instead to explore the region's vast calderas, abundant wildlife and rare forms of lava.
BBC News World.
April 17th. 4:46 America New York. Vladimir Kara-Murza, Russian opposition figure jailed for 25 years. The former journalist denies the charges against him, which are linked to his anti-war comments.
Washington Post World.
April 17th. 4:41 America New York. Chinese national arrested on blasphemy charges in Pakistan. Pakistani police say a Chinese national has been arrested on blasphemy charges after he allegedly insulted Islam and the Prophet Muhammad.
Mirror World News.
April 17th. 4:27 America New York. New tomb discovered in Egypt with 3,000-year-old shrine to mystery godlike figure. Archaeologists in Giza discovered the tomb which belonged to a man named Banhazi who lived at least 1,500 years after the construction of the ancient Egyptian pyramids.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines. Sky News. April 17th. 4:19 America New York. Russian opposition leader jailed for 25 years after treason conviction. One of Vladimir Putin's biggest critics has been jailed in Russia for 25 years after being found guilty of treason. Vladimir Kara-Murza.
RT World News. April 17th. 4:16 America New York. Former Mexican president worked for CIA, declassified papers. The revelation comes as the U.S. releases more documents relating to the probe into the John F. Kennedy assassination.
Washington Post World.
April 17th. 4:06 America New York. U.S. helicopter raid in Syria targets an Islamic State leader. The U.S. military says a helicopter raid by U.S. forces in northern Syria has resulted in the probable death of a senior leader of the militant Islamic State group. Mirror World News.
April 17th. 3:52 America New York. Rwandan politician says the country isn't safe for refugees from the UK. Victoire Ingabire Umuhoza said high unemployment and a heavy-handed approach to protests made the Central African country unsuitable for the UK's deportation project, which was unveiled more than a year ago but hasn't seen any flights take off.
RT World News.
April 17th. 3:50 America New York. King Charles richer than his mother. Sunday Times. The British monarch is said to have significantly boosted profits from the royal estates. The personal wealth of Britain's King Charles III amounts to £600 million, $745 million, which makes him more than 60% richer than his mother, the late Queen Elizabeth II, according to an estimate by the Sunday Times.
Wall Street Journal World News.
April 17th. 3:47 America New York. SAS delays use of bankruptcy loan. SAS said it won't use the next tranche of its bankruptcy loan in the second quarter, after its liquidity improved during the winter.
Washington Post World.
April 17th. 3:26 America New York. Firefighters battle France's first major forest blaze of 2023. Hundreds of firefighters are steadily wrestling under control France's first major forest fire of the year.
New York Times World News.
April 17. 3 o'clock America New York. In Pakistan, economic crisis mutes Ramadan celebrations. Rampant inflation, damaged crops and the war in Ukraine have sent food prices soaring during the Muslim holy month of daytime fasting and nighttime feasting. An economic crisis in Pakistan has sent the price of goods soaring, muting celebrations for Ramadan.
World News. Breaking international news and headlines, Sky News.
April 17. 2:30 America New York. SpaceX to launch Starship, its most powerful rocket, today. SpaceX will launch its Starship rocket system for the first time today. SpaceX Starship and AMP. Number 39. S full stack is seen on its launchpad near Brownsville, Texas, U.S.
BBC News World.
April 17. 2:18 America New York, Maharashtra. 11 die of heat stroke at Indian award event. The government-sponsored event was held in India's Maharashtra state in an open ground.